Hey guys, Gabriel Gonzalez with the Simplex Group, here to go over today how to be audit ready. DOT audits can be conducted with little or no notice. It is extremely important to be prepared and ensure that you are compliant with all the regulations of the FMCSA. There are 4 types of audits. The first being a new entrant audit. When a carrier opens up a DOT for the first time, they're in what's called a new entrant program for 18 months. Usually within the first 3 to 6 months of that program, you will be audited by the DOT. Next, you have a compliance review. It could be a full compliance review or focused review. You also have a security audit and a hazmat material audit. The security and hazmat material audit usually go hand in hand and are either done separately or as part of a full compliance review. Today we're going to focus more on the full compliance review. A compliance review focuses on 3 major areas: drivers, vehicles, and carrier problematic documents. To commence a compliance review, you're going to start by providing a general form, which is basically just general information about the company. The company's name, their officers. You're gonna provide the number of drivers, the number of vehicles. You're also gonna provide the gross miles, which is used to calculate the crash indicator, the gross revenue, which could be used if fines need to be administered, as well as provide the cargoes that you're currently hauling. Once you have concluded the general information portion of the audit, the auditor will then proceed to look at your MCS 90, which is your proof of insurance. Once the proof of insurance is reviewed, they will go and start looking at your substance abuse files. What are they looking for with your drug and alcohol program? It's required by law that 50% of the average number of drivers are tested for drug and 10% are tested for alcohol during the year. After that, they will also ask for any positive drug test results. If you have any positive drug test results, they're going to be looking to make sure that the driver is in a follow-up program and that he's meeting the follow-up program requirements. Lastly, they're going to look at your accident register. They're going to want to make sure that you have all your accidents recorded with corresponding accident reports and any other information that's required at the time of an accident, including your post-accident drug testing. Next, the auditor will move on to the driver qualification portion of the audit. Based on the number of drivers you have, the auditor will select a sample size of drivers to review. During the review, they will look at several items. They will look to make sure that the driver has a valid current CDL, that the driver has his pre-employment MVR as well as his annual MVR in the file. The auditor will also review that the driver qualification file has a current medical card that has been certified with the National Registry. Once the auditor concludes with the driver qualification portion, he will move on to the vehicle qualification portion. In the vehicle qualification portion, the auditor will check to ensure that each vehicle qualification file has a current registration, current annual inspection, current maintenance records with a preventive maintenance schedule. He will also review the last 90 days of DVIRs that the company is required to keep on each driver. Drivers are required to complete a DVIR after every trip. It's also known as a post-trip inspection, and they're required to fill it out in case any defects are found. If a defect is found, they're required to get a signature by the mechanic with a copy of the repair receipt. Once the auditor has completed the vehicle qualification portion of the audit, he will proceed to check the hours of service. He will select a sample size, again based on the size of the company, and check the hours of service to make sure that the drivers are within their driving hours, working hours, as well as check if they're falsifying their logs. Lastly, another area that the auditor is going to look at is the crash indicator. They're going to get the miles you reported and use that to determine your crash indicator score. Anything under a 1.5 crash indicator is sufficient to pass the audit. Anything over a 1.5 crash indicator, automatically the best you can do in an audit is a conditional rating. How do they determine that? They get the number of accidents you have times 1 million and divide it by the miles you reported. To conclude the audit, the auditor will rate the company either a satisfactory, a conditional, or an unsatisfactory rating. If you have an unsatisfactory rating, you will need to send a corrective action plan and be upgraded to a conditional, or you can risk getting shut down by the FMCSA. As you can see, DOT audits are very serious and can lead to heavy penalties and can cause you issues with your current insurance as well as brokers. Let Simplex, with over 20 years of audit experience, be there for you at your time of need. Let us guide you and walk you through the audit and assist you in every way possible to ensure that you are compliant and that you maintain a satisfactory rating. Thank you again for tuning in today. This is Gabriel with the Simplex Group. Please remember to subscribe to our channel. We will always continue loading new content and trainings. My name is Gabriel. See you next time.